everybody. I'm just talking in slow-mo because this is going to be a very interesting Dota game. I want this game to go for long. Because both teams deserve the attention, A, by the viewers,
Yeah.
B, by the opposition. Because I believe this Dota 2 game has a lot in store for the viewers to take back notes from to improve their Dota game. Both the teams are pretty good. I'm talking about this impending Dota 2 game between Team ROG Titans and Buriza. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. Buriza is also not a very, how would I say, sidey team.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're
They are,
pretty good.
they are good. They're monstrous. When
Yeah.
when they have to be mean, they will get mean. And they've got Helm. Like, Buriza's got Helm.
Yeah, they've got Helm. They've got some good players in their team in general, and all of them are very experienced. They also boot camp, so that also adds a little bit of feather on their cap because it's more like, when you're a team that lives together, you watch replays, you understand gameplay, you don't really have any other things to distract you apart from just playing the game and getting better at it. And that's why I feel that Team Buriza as a team has grown through the time they've been together.
And apart from that, Angie, I believe this is not about just winning a game. It's about defeating the ROG Titans and telling them Titan is just a moniker. You, gods can bleed, and we will make you bleed.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to be. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you to the studio segment of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League, powered by Omen by HP, HyperX and Intel, and the lovely folks at Nodwin Gaming and ESL India presenting it to you. Vis-a-vis, it's idly us working under, or rather, it's vis-a-vis just us working as minions going banana when our evil boss called Gotham Virkaholic Virk, aka Gru, is like telling us to go steal the moon or something like that. No, I'm just kidding. He's a gentle giant. But moving on, the Dota 2 game, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, in the offing is an ROG Titans versus Buriza game. So let's quickly get down to the formalities here. Let's get to know Buriza. Alrighty then, moving on from Team Buriza to their opposition, Team ROG Titans. All right, Zed Isbug, Archmage, Archmage. What is wrong with my English? A35, Bata, everybody's in this team. In fact, it's pretty fun to know that Zed Isbug has come out of his retirement because it's when I had joined ESL India as their talent, I remember I was hosting the 2016 winter season.
Yeah.
And Zedisberg had announced his retirement then, and he comes back with a bang in 2018. He's like, you know what, I can't stay away from the game. This addiction has gotten the better of me. I'm going to come back to Dota. Okay, after that, apart from that, yes, Angie.
Great team. I mean, undefeated, like we already know. But as you see the players over there, there's one player in specific I got to give a lot of credit to. I would say ZXC. I mean, we've not really heard his name over and over again in the Dota 2 veteran scene. But this player has been phenomenal in the ESL run. I mean, he has, when he first joined RG Titans, but when they really got... when Jeet Kunra switched to Signify, they had to get a new player on board, and it was ZXC. And Archmage switched from carry to going mid, and I was a little worried for ROG Titans in between because I was like, have they gotten weaker with 50 leaving the team?
Beautifully,
but I think it gave them a more of push, I think, that, hey, you know what, we can still be the best. All we got to do is keep practicing and practicing, right? And all those players, including ZXC to be more frank, have worked really, really hard to stand where they are today. And I see it every time they play a game. This is very similar to a case of ROG Titans versus Signify, because Buriza has the same momentum as ROG. We got to beat this team. And as long as you believe that you can keep doing it over and over again, we may fail once, we may fail twice. I believe that Buriza has a very, very good chance here today, because they have the same, like we said, force be with you. They have the same force with them, that we want to do this and we want to win and we want to defeat Titans, because they have defeated Signify. So today, if we can take them down, we will prove it to India. We will prove it to every Indian esports team that we have it in us, and we're working equally hard to stand strong in this tournament.
All right, so then let's quickly, without further ado, let's head off into the drafting session. See what's in store for us. Unless and until I can pull off a Sir John Patrick Lowry and go like, are we going to have a $5 million Echo Slam?
I think we are going to see a lot of bristleback spikes though in this one. Let's just look into the draft now. RG Titans going to ban off the Viper, the Doom, the Razor, and the Void. Going to pick up the Sand King and the Life Stealer. Meanwhile, Team Buriza going to go with their favorite picks from the last game against Buriza Youth. They're going to go with the Bristleback and the Keeper of Light. Keeper of Light, of course, being a very key hero for them, being played beautifully well by their support. They're going to ban off the Night Stalker, the Skywrath Mage, the Tinker, and the Storm Spirit. They're going to reserve time now. One more ban for RG Titans, and then it would be another ban from Team Buriza, which leads to ROG's third pick, or Buriza's third pick. But they're going to take some time with this ban now. They've got to make sure that they don't give ROG Titans a hero like the Tusker, because I do know that they love to play the Tusker and Sand King combination. They also could not opt to give them the Disruptor, but it all comes down to what you really want to ban at this point. Do you want to ban a mid? And they're going ahead and ban out a mid card. For now, it's going to be the Puck getting banned here by ROG Titans, but I don't see the ban. I see the ban on Tinker, so Archmage is going to have a little rough time in the mid lane, not given the choice of heroes that he really likes.
No, I'm solely going by what you're saying. I can't see the small bands.
All right.
So I'm just going by. I'm just listening. That's why I'm paying close attention to what you're saying rather than what I cannot see. Otherwise, it'll be like what Gotham said. Let's hear Vagish analyze Clash Royale, and I pulled off that blind horse joke. Moving on.
Team Buriza, on the other hand, are going to go with their very favorite tested draft. It's going to be the Jakiro getting picked up. Works well with the Keeper of the Light and the Bristleback. Also, Buriza could opt to not go for their DK, which they opted to go for the last game, and pick up something like the Phantom Lancer. It could also fare well for them with the Keeper of the Light, which is back into the meta for those who have seen the days where Keeper and PL have just been a menace in all pub games. This is a choice. But for now, Team Buriza are going to pick up that Wind Ranger for themselves in the mid lane. And RG Titans going to secure their two supports. Mostly going to be a Sand King support unless they decide to send him off lane. It could be a 2-1-2 lane. So in that choice, they could go with the Leshrac with another Clockwork maybe in their off lane, which will be played mostly by A35, which works for them. And they could send the Sand King in the safe lane with the Life Stealer. But for now, my worry for RG Titans is they got to make sure that they ban out a really strong hero. But they got to pick up their next hero for now. It's mostly going to be either their carry or their mid. The carry's picked up, I'm so sorry. It's mostly going to be their off laner or their mid hero. Now in the mid choices, again, a Wind Ranger. They could opt to go for the OD, which is still not banned. They can even opt to go for a Templar Assassin, which hasn't really been played that much. I'm surprised to see that the Storm Spirit has got a ban here, which is really interesting. I mean, they do know that ROG likes to play that hero, but he's not really been played a lot in this meta. So let's see what ROG decides to go here. They could also opt to go for the DK themselves if they like that choice. They do lack a little bit of tanking capability coming in from these three heroes, and I think he could fare well for them. But they got to take some time on this pickup. I could also see them pick something very unconventional for their mid lane. Mostly even something even like a Drow Ranger could go in the mid for them, because they do have...
I got to ask you, is this Drow or Drow?
It depends. So in Europe, they say Drow, but in SEA, they say Drow. So... the English word is Drow, but everybody in SEA, this is Drow.
You play a lot of SEA Dota.
Yes, I do. It's the best ping server. But I like how ROG is playing this one. They've opted to go for the ancient apparition, a very, very strong hero in this update, to be very frank. His Ice Blast does a lot of damage. Of course, he did get a few nerfs on his Chilling Touch, but at the end of the day, an apparition is only picked up for his ultimate. And if he's able to get that Agnum Scepter up and running, that could be very disastrous for heroes like the Bristleback, for even heroes like the Wind Ranger if it's on point and on target. This also means that if the Life Stealer decides to go for an Infest Bomb with the Sand King, they could always catch somebody off guard and then have the apparition just ultimate to that point and secure a kill for sure. This makes me think though that if it's going to be apparition in the safe lane and what's going to go in the mid, and it's going to be the OD's choice for ROG Titans. Very, very strong hero coming in there from them. I would have expected this to be the third ban where they've either banned the Stinker and the Storm Spirit, but giving the OD is something Team Buriza really shouldn't be doing, because Archmage is an amazing, amazing OD player, and I keep saying that for almost all the heroes he plays, but he just plays them so well. And if he gets the right ganks off from that Leshrac, RG Titans could have a very good lead in the first 15 minutes of this game. But as we speak of that, now it is Team Buriza's turn to decide what they want to send as their carry. And most of the, I think their option could be the DK, because it's a tried and tested hero for them. It also fares decently well against the OD and could sustain till a late game. But they do need, still they do need a lot more burst from their end. And they got to pick up something that could work out something very devastating for Team ROG Titans. So they got to be, I'm a little unsure about this pickup for them. They could go for the DK. It could favor them. But at the same time, I'm a little worried that if Team Buriza don't get the momentum, I think ROG Titans could really cause a lot of devastation on this map very early on. And reserve time is in, and Buriza...
1.5 minutes. 1.5 minutes.
1.5 solid minutes there. I would opt to say maybe a Terrorblade or an Anti-Mage, but...
Come on, one game, Anti-Mage Buriza for us. Do it, no. Do it, no. Why will you not do it for us? One Anti-Mage, one AM, please. Please.
Or even a Phantom Lance. I would again lean onto the Phantom Lance and be like, hey, you know what? You don't really need to fight ROG Titans head on. Why don't you just go and split push this game and end it? So here there are two choices for them. They either can stick to the playstyle of going split push, or they can pick a tanky hero over here and say, hey, you know what, ROG Titans, let's take this head on. But as we speak on that, Buriza taking their sweet, sweet time here. Razor, have you been banned yet? Yes, you've been banned. Otherwise, it's going to be like last time. I'll just see a hero that I didn't expect that would have not been banned. But the Timbersaw, of course, getting a ban on the Timbersaw, I wouldn't have really expected ROG Titans to take a Timbersaw. So that's a very interesting ban over there coming in from Team Buriza. 30 seconds on the clock. Buriza got to make sure, because whatever they pick up is going to decide the whole game for them. Also, mostly their position on that leaderboard. So they got to be very, very cautious. It could be a Visage. Okay. They're going into Akatsuki's books this time. Interesting pickup. I do like this hero. As a carry too, he's pretty decent.
So it's like more of a tower push game for Team Buriza. They want to end it fast.
They want to end it fast, but at the same time, it's a very risky hero, because I look at them and I'm like, you have a Wind Ranger for a Shackle, you have the Jakiro to kind of get that Ice Path off, but you know, your lockdown is not as strong as ROG Titans. And that is a risk that Team Buriza is taking over here. But if they're tried and tested this draft for themselves, I would have still opted for the DK's choice, but this is good enough. I think it all comes down to how the game is played now.
Yeah, it's all about individual and team skill sets here. Well, this is what we have for you guys from the studio. Let's head off into the game to see what's in store for us. So we will be coming up with the game just about now.
right, so we are in the game. Angela, how are you doing today or tonight in this case? Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Did you watch the draft? It was very interesting.
I was there at the very end of the
Yeah.
draft, and I kind of felt what you were feeling. That last pick of Visage, just
Yeah.
not. I don't see how what they're planning to do. Could you explain how? Because he doesn't even have much magical.
Yeah, he
He's
has
0% magical defense. Right?
exactly
Armor
like
over
that hero is okay. He can get very tanky, which is fine. But at the same time, I don't really consider him a proper carry. He can be played as an offlaner. It works for them. But you know the thing is with Visage that if you don't control his birds carefully, you kind of give out 150 gold every time a bird dies.
Yeah, each bird is 150.
Yes, so that's quite a lot of gold going in
It's
the
like
favor
killing
of
a
RG
hero
Titans.
almost every time if you get the two.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I was expecting a stronger carry coming out of there because we could see where the offlanes were going. We saw they have Keeper of the Light,
Yes.
and they have a bunch of other units to help them. But here now, what we've come down to, it seems that their plan is to try and push the lanes out and take the towers very quickly. And look at the options that ROG has going into this. How do you think they can go ahead and take care of this game at the moment?
I think ROG's just got to get to their spike points. Like heroes like the Sand King, the Leshrac, and the Aged Apparitions, when they kind of hit that level 4 to level 6 mark, they get pretty devastating on the map. So I think ROG is going to play it safe till about level 6 for most of their heroes. And once they catch that momentum, they're going to start taking down towers and pushing a lot around the map. They're going to make sure that the player, the Kotal, whoever Kotal is being played, he doesn't really get much of an opening because Kotal is one of those heroes that can really get that Agnum Scepter super early in the game, and that is not something that RG Titans really wants. But if we just talk about the laning phase as of now, we see in the mid lane it's going to be Micro who's going to be on that Wind Ranger. Meanwhile, on the top lane, we're mostly going to see that Bristleback come in. Butter, of course, on the Kotal going into the top lane, going to just make sure that Bristleback is safe. On the other side, we have ZXC who's going to be on that Life Stealer, and Zerisbug is going to follow him closely with that Ancient Apparition. Going to get a few shots on Darshan now, who's on the Bristleback, and going to make sure maybe they could secure this first blood. But there are a lot of damage coming out here, but it's finally going to be Zerisbug who's going to secure that first kill. Butter, of course, trying to get a return kill over here. Could take a fall, but he's going to take the Ancient before that. Butter may take a fall here too. He is pretty low on HP, but he's just going to safely TP out, securing himself a nice run here. And a fun little taunt coming in there from ZXC. Good start to the game.
Yeah, quite a commitment there to the Bristleback. I was hoping that maybe Bristol will stack enough quill sprays there to take them down. However, pretty surprising. I guess, what's it called? How was he able to survive that? He at least took on at least 7, 8, almost 9 quill sprays. A normal hero would have died by then.
Yeah,
so
I
pretty
think
interesting how he knew exactly how many quill sprays his hero could take. Because otherwise it's devastating standing in front of Bristleback. It's so early into the game.
Yeah, that is true. And I think there's going to be a very early magic stick coming in there from both the supports from ROG Titans. If you just concentrate a little bit on the bottom lane, though, we see Saurabh who's going to be on the Visage. He's got a very, very intense game for him today. He's got to be very careful on getting those last hits. He's, as of now, sitting on 5 last hits and 2 denies. But opposite him is a more devastating lane. We have Evil Ash who's going to be on that Leshrac, and the Sand King also available in the lane. Now, he is being played by A35. That also means that he's not really going to give Saurabh much space to farm. And Leshrac and Sand King as a combination, they are pretty awful in the lane.
It will be a tough matchup for the opponents here.
Yeah.
I'm worried about Visage. I'm worried about how well he's going to get some farm here. Because a nice stun combo could ruin anyone's day. However, let's not forget Chikiro with his damage over time. It's very annoying to face against also. Plus, he could do a lot of damage to the towers also if he decides to. So it'll be quite interesting how the lanes pan out. I think ROG's job is fairly simple. Just kind of stay safe, play safe, drag the game as late as you can. And I'm not even talking about like past 40 minutes. They need to drag it just 20-25 minutes without losing a lot of their towers. And once with that, I think they'll have a good control over the game. However, I could be proved wrong also. So let's see how the game pans out. And you take us through the game.
All right, so I'm actually expecting this game to go about, like, while we speak of that, of course, there was a kill that happened.
Actually died, actually,
Okay.
and
That
our
was
observer
sad.
is still busy.
All right, so in the mid lane, there was a fight that went down over there, but Team Buriza coming on top of that, 2 kills for themselves, while ROG Titans opens the board for themselves at 1 kill. Talking about just this Visage pick in general, I mean, I just feel to a certain extent that it's a good pick, but it's not a late game pick like you mentioned. And a life stealer is a life stealer. He is a hardcore carry. So if you give him that space and that momentum to really farm it off, I don't think Visage really stands that much of a chance unless he's like one of those what is that team from Bangladesh? Council? Like he's on Council where you just have some exceptional resort skills. But I feel look mid right now, Archmage is going to get a few more shots on Micro there.
Micro barely surviving that fight by the way. Just using the vision in his advantage and getting out of that the last attack and still fairly low and still fairly confident actually. Remember we did see a buff in this Wind Ranger got buffed again. So another kill that we've missed, we have Visage actually going down in the bot lane. So excellent
teamwork.
Teamwork there. Visage also going down and so did the Leshrac. So quite a nice fight there, and there you go. Sand King also in trouble, but look at the slow animation of Jakiro. He's able to juke out of there. And such is the game of Dota 2, my friends. It's all about knowing how quickly your opponent can react. And in this case, Jakiro just not too fast, and Sand King was able to get out of there. Let's look at the last hits right now, Angie. The way the things are panning out seems like Lifestealer is having a great game up top, getting the last hits. And mid lane, we've seen what's it called?
The Odie. He's
doing
fine.
fairly great compared to the Wind Ranger, who's at 12. More fights breaking out here. Jakiro fairly low on mana. Will be surrounded by the Sand very soon. Finally coming in. Do we have a stun follow-up? Yes, we do. And this Jakiro is going to be going down. Excellent kill there by this great combo that ROG has bought. Just 2 stuns. They're great stuns, by the way. And the way that this guy stuns Sand King plus the other stun together, it's quite a long duration. Look at that. Look at the duration on these stuns.
Saurabh in a little bit of trouble. Got to get out of this one, but it's going to be the caustic finale mostly that could take the shot here. It's not going to be enough though, but we do see Evil Ash. He wants to secure the skill and he's going to get that one. And they could even try to go for the Jakiro, but for now A35 is just going to back off from there. And Spidey sense is tickling for Helm. He wants to make sure he can catch that Leshrac. Talking about the mid matchup, of course, I do feel a Wind Ranger is not the best matchup against an OD because she is very mana constrained in the early stages of the game, which is something that OD feeds off. And as I say that, I do see the bounties have spawned. It's a 5-minute mark and it's going to be 4 bounties going in the favor of ROG Titans, and that spikes the net worth completely by 1k. Very good play coming in there from ROG Titans. It's about 125 gold per bounty ruin per player. And as we say that on the top lane, we see the Bristleback in a little bit of trouble, getting a few shots here. ZXC making sure that maybe he will get a few hits, and that is Buck just dropping in a few shots. Not going to be enough to take down Darshan though, and he's going to just head back. Meanwhile, the Keeper of Light is there to give the Bristleback as much as mana as he needs for that.
And mana is one of those things that Bristleback needs really badly. And remember, you saw how both the opponents, ROG actually backed off because there was a lot of quill stacks going on them. So we saw Lifestealer backing off, we saw AA backing off again. But this quill spray can be devastating, and they need to make sure that they don't get super stacked on it. Again, mid Wind Ranger finally going down, and as you said earlier, it's not a great matchup for Wind Ranger. Wind Ranger was buffed in the recent patch. Her second skill is almost, it's pretty good now. So they couldn't see him, but now they do, and another stun comes in. Sand King in a lot of trouble, trying to get out of there. Will lose his life, and Leshrac now on the run, getting out of there as well. As far as the lanes are panning out, it seems like the safe lane carry is doing just fine, and so is okay. Wow, we saw Leshrac just
take a fall there.
No idea what killed him actually. Also,
I think Saurabh did come back into the fight, and we had maybe the Jakiro give out one of his ice parts on him that connected. If we just talk about the mid lane again though, we have the Astral Imprisonment, which works really well with the Leshrac stun if it's timed correctly. So that's another advantage that ROG Titans have in the early stages of the game. They don't really need to worry about really, aiming for the right positioning for the Leshrac. He can make his way through the space, and now we see that he's already ready to take down the first kill. But Butter scouting that out for the Wind Ranger in the mid lane. Micro could be in a little bit of trouble here. The stun is available on Leshrac, but I don't think he's going to be having the choice of using it. The Jakiro Jakiro has come into the fight now. He's going to just try and make sure that the Leshrac is completely out of the way. And this could be a little risky for Evil We do have a rotation that could fly in now, and it's mostly going to be the Sand King who could catch off the Jakiro on the side. But for now, we're just going to go back to our lanes. Everybody is going fine. We do have a lot of catch and throw going on this map. But Darshan on the top lane now taking a few shots. The keeper's not there to give him much help here, and he's finally going to take a fall.
Yeah, and there we go. So now the whole point is how well will Visage perform in this game. We would love to see how Visage is going to take that extra farm that he's been getting so far, and how he's going to take advantage of that. Actually, I'm really concerned about the Visage pick there. So I'm going to be extra crucial about the team fights which are going to be coming in. So, and the thing is, the moment Kotl leaves the off lane here, they instantly kill the Bristleback. Because the slow, they have A, second power of A, which actually freezes them. So they always keep taking advantage of this. So, and also the rage spell, of course. Does it remove the quill stacks?
Yes, it does. It does.
So that's a great advantage. There you go. Rage is used. So is the third power also, and he could be in a lot of trouble. Yes, he is frozen, and that is how they take care of that Bristleback. Even with Kotl there, nothing could be done. Kotl goes down as well. 3 people up top taking care of 2 heroes up top as well. 8-5 is the score. Slight lead going in favor of ROG. Again, this is not something you want. You want to be pushing towers right now. And maybe this is the opportunity that they were looking at the bot to push the tower. So let's see if they can get some damage in. However, Sand King is around. And mid is a whole different thing. So here comes the opportunity here. Sand King could be in trouble. Do they have vision of him? He did use his Burrow Strike.
Very low on HP.
Will survive. Yes, he does. Gets out of there safely. So good for him. Dustbin used by the Leshrac, and they will do an excellent setup. So many options here to do these setups. Now she has Windrun activated, so did miss a couple of few shots. However, things are looking great, and Jakiro potentially could be in trouble also. And
ouch.
Look at the damage coming out. So much int steal, so much damage. And here we saw someone trying to TP out, however, goes down.
All right, and I mean, this is going a little wrong for Team Buriza. I mean, a Bristleback is very strong, but he needs to get those basic items up and running, and I don't see ROG giving them that, while ZXC going to get a little greedier on his shots. He could maybe take a fall for this one. The Ancient of Passionality is going to come flying in, going to secure that skill on the Bristleback, and he's going to take a fall, and there is no answer now that Team Buriza have for ROG Titans. The Bristleback, talking about this pick a little bit more, in the early stages of the game, you can kill him quite a bit. If you cut his momentum in the early, say, 7 to 8 minutes of the game, he kind of loses that flow that he has, because after a certain point, you can't really kill a Bristleback, you can only kite him around. So RG Titans is just playing according to that. They want to make sure that, you know, the Bristleback does not get anywhere close to farm, because that's the only tank available on the side of Team Buriza. And now we're going to mostly see a smoke gank or a TP
and they're
out.
Going right to the bot lane, and they know exactly what they want to kill. They want to take out that Visage, and this is the setup that they've been waiting for. Visage, they do not want him getting anything going here. Visage now has finished his Helm of Dominator, so he'll be getting extra help. Again, their goal is to push the towers, however, not getting the opportunity. They're not getting the right opportunity to push the towers, and now Visage needs to back off. And in all 3 lanes, towers are still standing, and it's 11 minutes into the game. And I don't see how and where Team Buriza is going to put up that advantage to kind of close the game for them.
8:35, gonna get the stun off for now, and it's gonna be the lifestealer who just pops out, sort of in a lot of trouble away here. Gonna just quickly take a fall. His familiars, of course, not able to really help him that much, and more than the familiars, I think they should have dropped a few wards from Team Buriza's side. You're leaving your carry all alone in the bottom lane. You gotta make sure that he's feeling safe. But as we talk about that, we see Butter on the other end. Beautiful ulti coming in here from Zed is Bug, and gonna secure that solo kill for himself. Looking pretty happy. He's sitting on level 7.
He's probably going to go for Midas this game. So he's going to go Brown Boots into Midas, because that'll really help him get that Agnum Scepter, which is very key on Ancient Apparition. But we'll see how the farm game goes.
Also, the funny part about Ancient Apparition is at E-level, the first talent on Ancient Apparition is plus 60 gold per minute. So he's going to be minting a lot of gold very soon for himself.
Yeah, that'll be there. Also, remember the other talent is plus 10 spell amplification.
Yeah.
That's also a key talent to have if you are expecting to use your ulti a lot. So it's quite a dilemma, you know. Dota, Valve has put a lot of dilemma there. Now the familiars have spotted him. I am surprised he didn't move. He was taking some damage. Like he got down to half a health, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I'm under attack." And that was quite interesting there. Not paying attention. I guess he was monitoring the map to see where his next move is going to be.
True. I think he was just looking for an ice blast angle over there to make sure that he could get something off. But for now, we see Archmage doing Archmage things. Going to just quickly try and take down that mid tower. And we see Visage, who's looking at his talent tree now. He has 125 cast range. He also gets experience after a certain point, which works well. But it's still a risky option in my case. I mean, I would have still preferred them picking up a Draw Ranger over the Visage pickup. It would have also given...
Guess what? They don't have a super hard carry.
Yeah.
Of course, they have a Wind Ranger, but she'll at best maybe kill one person, focus fire on one person. And now they don't have any hard carry to do a lot of damage into the game. And guess what? They're just losing their mid tower. And that's not the tower you want to lose, because now, guess what? All your opponents are going to be hanging around in your jungle without any... you know, fear of the other team. Here comes an Ice Blast. Will be a good deterrent to get them back. However, they do manage to take the tower. They will be sticking around for some time. And last hits and denies have now kind of changed in favor. We see Visage now getting a lot of last hits. Let's look at the net worth if possible and see what the net worth graph says. Visage has finally caught up, just 200 gold behind the Lifestealer here, so things are looking like the graph is showing something else, but we know what's going to happen in the game. This is going to be a pretty difficult game, because now they have gotten together and they are trying to take down the towers.
This will be very interesting to see, actually, because if Team Buriza decide to stick together and push together, it's something that ROG Titans would love to have, because if we just talk about basic items, I'm hoping to see whether Sand King has already picked up his Blink Dagger, but with that, we also have the Ancient Apparition, huge Ice Blast coming in, we have the OD Ultimate, so this could be pretty devastating for Team Buriza if they decide to really stick together. It will not go in their favor, but for now, it's a Wind Ranger who's going to be struggling a little bit. The Ice Blast will not connect, but there's going to be a huge fight coming in. Visage is coming to the fight. He's going to quickly take down Zerisbug. Archmage on the run now. He's got to get out of there, but Bristleback is at his feet. He has the hood, and he's going to just Astral himself. A35 coming into the fight. Now going to just get these 2 stunts off and will secure another kill, but now the Lifestealer is back, and Archmage can run to safety in peace, but now BB on the other end. Got to be careful what he's going to opt to do here, and going to take a fall here. And with that, we have ZXC, who's on a unstoppable streak, and as we speak of that, on the top lane we see another kill go down in favor of ROG Titans. Things just falling out of place over there for Team Buriza. 8k net worth lead on ROG Titans.
And the way that fight started, you know, we saw ROG in a horrible position, because not only did they miss the follow-up stun on Wind Ranger, the whole team of Buriza was on a high ground, had an excellent position coming in, and guess what, there's only 2 heroes of ROG there. However, quick TPs, the Buriza team was not able to close the heroes. They weren't able to kill them quick enough, and we saw TPs coming in, Lifestealer came in, bunch of other heroes came in to save the day, by the way, and Sand King was of course crucial to save that OD. Now things have turned around, and Bristleback could be in a lot of trouble. Few heroes hanging around. The ulti is and here comes Lifestealer. Will he be able to take it down, or will he slowly just walk away? Opts for the latter there.
I think you all got to walk away, because the whole troop of Team Buriza are going to just head now to the bottom lane. They need to stick together, or they need to split. That's the question of the hour for Team Buriza, because both of them seeming to not work out in their favor. Finally, we see Wind Ranger, though. She's taken her talent. She's going to opt to go for the 1.75 mana region, which could favor her. But she's lacking on a lot of items here. She's decided to pick up the Javelin as a first, and that's a good choice. So I would have opted for her to go for something more like a 4-star to kind of get her out of these really dicey situations that she's facing. But for now, let's see what their plan is. Archmage seeming pretty fine for him. He's just going to just farm around. Meanwhile, Jakiro going to just get a few wards up on this map. Talking about just the tower momentum over here, we see that ROG Titans haven't really been able to secure the top 2 towers. They're still very much alive. And meanwhile, if you look at Team Buriza's towers, they've also taken only 1 tower, and that's in the top lane. So they're still holding strong, in my opinion.
They are, and that's exactly what ROG needs to do right now. They need to just hold strong. They need to make sure that their opponents don't get that advantage, early tower gold advantage, where they use the Helm of Dominator that they have and a bunch of other pushing units that they have to push through their opponents. And I think it's the longer we wait, the longer it kind of goes into the favor of Team ROG, and Windranger doing wind run right into her opponents and will be taken down very quickly. However, team fight has started. The AO ulti of Ancient Apparition comes in. A lot of ultis being used, and Lifestealer in a lot of trouble, will lose his life, while the other 2 supports run out of their Lifestealer in a very, very bad position.
Meanwhile, we do see that the Sand has come into the fight. Now he does have the Blink Dagger, going to just get a stun off to make sure that the rest of his team can just run off to safety. A little mixed fight coming in there for ROG Titans. The Leshrac still available over here. Going to just get a stun there by the Familiar. Ice Path gets dropped there by the Jakiro, and that could be another kill going in favor of Team Buriza. They lost 1, but they got 2, and one of those 2 is the carry of the team. A little misplay coming in there from ROG. And, I mean, they did really have a ward, I think, scouting that out for themselves.
And look, they lost their Lifestealer and the Visage there. Not the Visage, sorry.
The Leshrac.
The Leshrac there. And cost them some of the things there. But they still have a 10k lead, so nothing to worry about. Nothing too bad here. However, the graph is slightly tipping up in favor of Buriza. Now, do you think it's necessary for them to go such aggressively, ganking them on their side of the map?
No, I don't think
These
so.
guys can kind of sit back and kind of
relax,
relax, and as we spoke earlier, they just need to kind of wait. As long as they pretty much sit back and manage things. And here comes the smoke is used, and if you look at the vision, what do they see? They don't see any of this coming in. Neither does the other team. The smoke should pop right away, and is Bristol back the right target right now? But with the ALT, yes, it will hit and take him out immediately. A enjoying some extra gold there. Let's see what item A is trying to build for right now. Can we, if we have to look at, maybe has he gone? Yeah, he has finished his hand of fight. Another fight breaking down, and A in a lot of trouble. He's saved at the last moment, and now here comes OD. Will be taking a lot of damage here, trying to get out. Plays safe there. A loses his life, and so does Sand King, and the rest of the heroes will be backing away.
What a beautiful fight there for Team Buriza. I mean, that was supposedly not supposed to be won by Team Buriza. They had their tanker who has fallen, but beautiful shackle coming in there from Windranger, securing quite an opening for his team. But as we talk about that, now Team Buriza are going to enter the Rosh pit and going to start chunking down on the Roshan. Sorab, of course, having all those items available and that Centaur to tank for them. And this is the best time for them to really take it. They don't have the Sand King for the Sun. They don't have that Ancient Apparition ulti that could fall on them. But as we speak of that, we do see the Leshrac coming in from the sidelines. The Lifestealer also available to take this fight. The Ancient Apparition ulti is going to fly, and mostly going to connect on 3 heroes over here. And Rosh is still not down, so it's all down to Team Buriza to either take it or leave it for Team ROG to take it themselves. And the better option for them is to better take it for themselves. And the hood, of course, getting used there by Bristleback. Nobody takes a fall here, but this is a very intense time because whoever gets the first Rosh is always at the better end, and it's going to be ROG Titans now heading into the pit. We do see Butter. He has already used his skill, and he just wants to make sure he could maybe try and steal the Aegis, but it's not going to be possible. ROG Titans securing that last sheer Aegis for themselves, and now Leshrac taking a few shots here on the back lines, but that's all right. They've got what they came for. Jakiro going to drop that macro fire right in everybody's face, but ZXC now doing that damage on Darshan. Darshan got to get out of there. He is tanky, but he has the Ancient ulti right on his face, and he's got to get out of there. And meanwhile, ZXC gonna just get out on his side with just that armlet. Good fight for ROG. It was a little risky on the side of
They did lose
TV.
their Leshrac there. However, trying to hunt for other heroes, they do not know Keeper of the Light. Actually went up top, and they are yet to spot him. I think they got a little glimpse of him. Still be looking for him. Anyways, he smokes and will slowly wait for his TP cooldown to happen. Another 5 seconds, and he can get out of there safely. But still, the hunt is on. There is a hero close to him. And yes, they do find him. Will they let him TP out? We don't know. He started his TP and they missed him. By the way, good job there by Space Created.
Yeah.
This
I
is-
just use one smoke, but that's fine.
Yeah.
My team will understand.
So here we go. They're going to lose the top tower very soon. Yes, they do. And guess what? The towers were supposed to be lost by ROG. However, they're kind of pushing the wave in the other direction, and they want to make sure that they have that advantage and they don't lose it. And the longer we wait, the more damage and tankiness will be there for ROG, where they can actually kind of ignore Bristol back and kind of go for the other players that are in the team of Buriza. So it's going to be quite interesting to see how Buriza is planning to do majority of their damage as the game goes further and further.
If you just look at even the items of the teams, we see Lifestealer who's opted to go for a Deso. He's also opted to go for an Armlet, and I think he's farming into his son Yasha, which works for his whole team and himself. He's not really opted to go for the Radiance build, which kind of works in today's games. If you look at the other items also, the OD on the other end has decided to go for a Dagger and a Hurricane Pike. We have the Sand King who's almost finishing an item for himself too. He's picked up the Blink. Very, very good items coming in from ROG Titans. The 14k net worth lead, they're doing pretty fine. They're even on the top of the net worth charts. Two heroes of theirs are doing fine, and the fourth also is theirs. But the only person kind of holding everything together for now is Saurav from Team Buriza. He's got to still get all that farm running. He's sitting in the back lines now, waiting for an opening to kind of maybe take this tower and waiting for his team to come. But I don't think that's going to be happening anytime shortly.
It's quite interesting to see his team is not deciding to come there. He's just kind of hanging out there. And he's like, okay, I'll somehow figure out how to TP out. He doesn't have a TP currently. So he's kind of stuck in the back lines right now. So he'll probably figure out how to get out of there soon. On the other side, we have Aegis on the Lifestealer right now. That is still available. They could push the envelope here and go for the tower. And look at this, 23 minutes into the game. It is the wrong team high ground.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful Ancient ulti coming in there. Now Dasha got to be careful over here because if he takes a fall, there is really nobody on the back lines to kind of help Team Buriza. The Macropire gets dropped down from Jakiro. But there is not enough damage now to take care of ROG Titans. They got to call back that Keeper of the Light. But I think this is a brilliant push for ROG. They still have the Aegis available for them. And the Keeper of Light hasn't yet farmed his Aghanim Scepter, which indirectly means that if ROG takes this push again, they could mostly even take down that tower and then mostly head even to the shrines. But for now, they're going to just head into the mid lane. They see that the tower is ready for the taking. And it's going to be A35 who's going to start this. All of them have the ultimates up except for Sand King, who's a little less on the mana there. But he's going to get it back now. The Ancient ulti flying in again. They are very tempted to take down that Lifestealer, but he's just got to get out of there super quick with A35.
Yeah, good damage done there. They brought the tower down low enough. They actually even threatened the high ground at the bot side there. So now they're kind of showing their fangs. They have the lead, the advantage that they wanted against their opponents. And now they are coming in and be like, hey, you know what? Now we got this. And we're not scared of you. Because it's 25 minutes into the game, and slowly these guys are just going to keep getting stronger and stronger.
True, and once that OD gets his BKB up and running, that would just be what ROG is looking for, because then they can hit high ground without really worrying about the backlines, and then they just got to make sure that they take down the Bristleback super early before the fight even begins. So then there's nobody really to kind of tank off there for Team Buriza, and with all the spells coming in, it's only the BKB that's really going to help them hit the high ground.
Yeah, well, Bristol, as long as he keeps getting tankier, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Look at his net worth right now. He's sitting at the third from the bottom. And you could, even still, they could kill him quickly. Also, they could just ignore him and be like, okay, let's kill everyone else. Let's leave Bristol back at the end, because barely doing a lot of damage, right? And his quill stacks are now not as significant as they are in the beginning of the game, where the health pool is very small.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of damage dealers left here, and these guys are still ROG playing safe after their initial aggression play. They've kind of calmed down right now. They're taking it slow. Don't have the Aegis anymore, and will need to figure out what they want to do. So the Roshan timer is reset. We can kind of see. Can you tell how long is left?
I think another 3 minutes.
All right.
3 minutes, yeah. Lifestealer going to switch from the Tsant and Yasha and mostly go and build up an assault. I think his team needs it quite a bit. He's also been sticking a lot at the front lines and he is the tank of the team. So I think the assault does a lot better for him. But as we say that in the bottom lane, we have Micro who's trying to catch off that less drag. The Shackle of course not connecting, but the focus fire doing so much damage. And they're going to quickly take that kill. And also mostly this tower. But we have the cavalry come in. We have Lifestealer is going to come into the fight now. He's got to make sure that he doesn't take a fall here. Lots of damage getting dropped by him by Saurabh, and they're going to bring him down. But the Sand King ulti, of course, connecting for now. Not enough damage to kind of take them. The stun, of course, connects. And the Wind Range a little bit of trouble, but the OD ultimate going to hit and secure 3 kills for now for ROG Titans. Bristleback on the run. He's got to make sure he gets out of there. The defense has to be strong for them, but it's not going to be enough. And another kill in favor of ROG Titans. Archmage is looking for more, and he may get more. He does have the Hurricane Pipe and the Blink. He could blink forward. He does see Butter on the sidelines. The Keeper of the Light going to just use his Illuminate maybe, but no, he's just going to walk out of there. Only survivor for now. The Jakir, of course, coming back to life. And good try coming in there from Team Buriza. They did get the tower, and they were able to kill a Lifestealer, but at the cost of too much.
Yeah, they lost 4 units there and they did manage to take Lifestealer there. So someone got some money in their pocket. However, now with the AC finishing on Lifestealer soon, this is going to be a whole different ball game together. The extra armor and the attack speed is going to be a lot of trouble. So here comes the second pause of the game. We actually have 3 heroes disconnecting at the ROG side. And they have quite a lead, 20k lead in favor of ROG. And look at that, Axe Scepter is also finished on Ancient Apparition, so he's going to be pretty annoying.
Yeah, and he also has almost hit level 16. That means that's a level 3 ultimate that he's going to be using over there.
Yep, it's going to be a good, I believe, 17 seconds of ticking.
16, yeah.
16 seconds of the damage tick. Again, great ulti to use against the Bristleback, who will just do some extra damage and make sure that he doesn't make most use of his plus 20 regen at level 20.
Yeah.
So, anyways, back into the game, they did manage to get a kill. However, pressure is still on. Bot lane is being consistently pushed. Dust used and game paused.
All right, that's a nice smoke. At the moment. Coming in there from Team Buriza. They could opt to actually go and check out the Rosh pit. If they do get this Rosh, of course, Team Buriza, they have a good chance of taking the tier 2s of ROG Titans. But the question is that even if they do enter the Rosh pit, how do they kind of deal with all this magic damage that's coming in from ROG Titans? They don't really have heroes that can make BKBs, and that's put them at a very hard spot. They are more of the defensive lineup because their offensive time should have been between the 10 to 12 to 15 minutes, but since it couldn't really work in their favor, now they got to completely play on the defensive side. But I do think that it's a game of Dota, so even if you do get a few mistakes off your opponent, you can definitely fight back really strong because the net worth will just swing towards your side. And Visage's build, of course, he's gone for the Helm, he's gone for the Agnum Scepter, and picked up the Solar Crest. Are you still feeling that Visage was maybe the choice for them?
No, I don't think so. They've not been able to get capitalize what they want to do, and that is take down towers. And game is now resumed, and we all know with the delay there. By the way, the longer they wait, the harder it is gonna be for the Team Buriza to come back. However, they're still trying. The game is not over. There is a massive lead on ROG side, but Buriza is not given up, and they're still pushing. They're not yet given up on the game. And Roshan will be back. This is the actual Roshan time. Wow, look at that. I think another 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, that's a long Roshan time.
I have no idea how that clock works, but there's still time left. We know that. So interesting tidbit going on here. As far as the vision game goes right now, we've not been seeing a lot of wards. If you can see the vision of one team, there you go. This is the vision of Team ROG, and they barely see anything. No, actually, this is the vision of the other team, sorry, the Buriza.
Okay, and now both the teams trying to do something. They do have another smoke available, but Sand King, he's picked up a Lotus for himself, and also a Vanguard, so he's pretty tanky himself. He's also going to have Lifestealer sitting inside him, ZXC waiting to just catch somebody off guard, Evil Ash and Bug on the sidelines waiting to see what they can do about it if they get caught. But I think the best option for them is again playing the very objective Dota. Just concentrate on the towers and just wait for Rosh. Once Rosh pops again, get that Aegis and then head to the high ground. Meanwhile, the Odi, if we could just see what he has. But I think a fight could break out here. No, they just gotta let the tower go. They don't really want to risk going into ROG like this and it not turning out in their favor. Odi, of course, decided to go the Shivas now for himself, and the next item on the clock for him is going to be the BKB, and it's going to just come in another 3 minutes for him, so it'll be the same time as Rosh spawning, which also works in ROG Titan's favor.
Yeah, and we are going to see now. They're most probably just waiting for Roshan. I think Roshan has spawned or no? There's still plenty of time left. This clock is very weird.
Still another 1 minute.
Is this a minute left?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still keeping an eye out for Roshan there, and they want to wait for that Roshan and wait for that will give Visage the time to make a BKB. However, there's still plenty of gold left for him. I think he needs another 1,000 gold. And guess what? They're kind of getting a little choked out in their own base, not able to go too far. They did use smoke earlier, but not able to capitalize much on that. And we see both the teams kind of bunching up together, don't want to take a risk. There's not a lot of vision on the map. They don't want to take a risk. It's nighttime, probably wait for daytime. And let's see if Kotl has finished his Ag Scepter at the moment.
Wow,
and yes, he does. So they're going to play it safe. Look at that. They have a gem also. The Kotl is going to be giving them a lot of vision. And they have to make sure that Kotl doesn't get caught off guard somewhere outside. So they have a decent control during daytime. And remember, let's not forget the heal of Kotl also in team fights. However, look at the burst damage on ROG. They could blow up any hero or two even if they get caught in Sand King ulti, and we have the OD damage coming in, and let's not forget, after all that, there's a life stealer there and a bunch of other heroes also, the AALT. This is going to be pretty crazy. So, however, on the Buriza side, Bristleback, how's Bristleback doing right now?
Oh, he's
not finished his key items at the moment. Is going for Blade Mail, so quite a different, set of items that he's working on at the same time.
This is going to be a very big fight though. Sorry, cut you there. The Ice Path is going to connect, but ZXC, I mean, when the pause happened, if you just saw the positioning, it was really interesting to see how Team Buriza was all around the Life Stealer. And I mean, with so many pauses, I would expected them to take the kill on the Life Stealer, but it's not going to be that way. He's just going to
Roshan spawns the moment they leave the pit. But Keeper of the Light is here. And we should be hitting daytime soon also, which will of course help them a lot with the vision. And there you go, they have put the Medallion of Courage, and they will be trying to take this Rosh down very quickly. However, does ROG know about this or not? They do know about it now because of the AA. And how the AALT gets out, and they have left. Now they have around 25 seconds before the AALT comes back, but ROG is still gathering around town, so they have to be super worried about what's going to happen to them right about now.
Alright, and Zelisbach is sitting on the front line. He has dropped the Ice Path. I mean, not the Ice Path. Second item, it slows things down for himself, but it's going to be Buriza who's really chunking down now on the Roshan. The Ice Path and the Microfire are going to connect for now, and it's going to be a beautiful start coming in there from A35. But whose favor is this? Archmage is going to be on a godlike streak there after that last shot, and we're going to see Odi is going to charge against the next hero, but A35 falling low here, but 3 heroes already down from Team Buriza, and another one going in favor of Archmage. They did get the Roshan, I think, but they didn't get to save their lives, and now the only person surviving is Helm, who's got to really get out of there. But wow, after doing all that, they disconnect from the game.
Look at the last hit by the Dire, by the way. So I was saying that they snatched the Aegis, but there was no snatch word there because Lifesteal, the Sand King actually got the last hit on the Roshan and followed up by Lifestealer actually picking up the Aegis. And this is the second Roshan fight that's costed them heavily. And with the Keeper of Light dying, they also now have the gem towards them. So again, solidifying the great lead that they have, 26k in their favor. And guess what? Jakiro might also go down as well. No.
Oh, and he's just going to avoid him. And now this is the best time for ROG to kind of hit high ground. They have everything they need. They have the BKB on the OD, and Archmage is just on a killing spree here. But again, it's the Sand King who really starts off these fights so well for Team ROG Titans, and it's going to be OD again, charging into Butter like that and just kill him in his very base. Meanwhile, the Jakiro going to just give a few shots here, but the BKB going to just keep him alive for now. And this is where the first set of racks are going to take a fall. I feel the Buriza put up a very good fight here in front of ROG Titans. It's just... I think it's just that it just didn't favor them. I think ROG just plays on the thing that they have a lot of experience on their hands, and that is why they always get to take games so easily, because they just know how to play against all kinds of teams. And that Roshan fight being the MVP for them. I think Clockwork even yesterday played a fantastic A35, the player actually in general, best offlaner I think in India as of now. He plays some fantastic DOTA too. But more than that, the way he initiates fights and makes sure that his team is able to sustain and continue the fight is what I think always wins RG Titans their games.
Yeah, I think with that, let's take a short break and move the conversation to the studio where Vagish and you are waiting. So
Yeah.
let's take a short break, guys, and we'll be right back with some analysis.
Well, Angie.
Yes.
You've metamorphosized here. You've gone to AFK Studios in Bombay and come
Yeah,
here.
okay, back. Good rains in Bombay, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
No,
saw
it's in
ROG
Bangalore.
DC so much over there. No, even I think it's raining in Bombay.
No, it's not.
It's not? Okay.
I would have known.
All right. Good game there coming in there from ROG Titans.
Yes,
of course.
indeed. Totally. Good fight given by Buriza also.
Yeah, I think a very important fight that a very important player actually I want to mention is A35. I've seen him play I think twice in this weekend. He's a phenomenal offlaner, one of the, I think the top offlaners in our country. Also, he's the one who actually just makes sure that the fight always plays right for ROG Titans. We normally give credit to the mid and the carry, but he as an offlaner has always made sure that the space is created the right way. His items are always on point, and I think in today's game I even saw that his net worth was right below the OD and about the life stealer, which kind of says that he knows how to balance his gameplay and his game style. And I would again call him the MVP, just like last time I had this conversation with Gotham, and I was like, the Clockwork did it. This time the Sand King on the same player did it for me.
Alrighty then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this sums up today's edition. We'll be back again tomorrow, same time, same place. This is the ESL India Premiership. Come on, you should have known this by now. 50 days later, if you do not know where you're watching some premium esports action, then there's something definitely wrong with your YouTube or your mouse, because you should have subscribed or pressed that bell icon. Something should have happened by now, which involves notifications. Cheers.